If you are watching this right now, you are not going to want to miss this because this just came out and people are reaching out about this all across the country. We have a major update on the debt ceiling, a brand new warning about your Social Security payments, a new report that just dropped about the trust fund running out sooner than anyone expected. And there are changes already in effect right now from a law that was signed that most people on fixed income still do not fully understand. This is a lot of information coming at once, and I know that can feel overwhelming, but stick with me because by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly where things stand, what is real, what is not, and what you actually need to watch out for. I will explain all of this in a moment, but first, if you are new here and you rely on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, make sure you subscribe right now so you never miss an update like this one. Okay, let us start from the top. The debt ceiling is something that most Americans, including a lot of people on fixed income, hear about every few years and then kind of forget about until it becomes a crisis again. But here's the thing. Right now in 2026, it matters more than ever to you personally because the debt ceiling is directly connected to whether the government can keep sending out your Social Security check every single month. The debt limit is the total amount of money the United States government is authorized to borrow to meet its existing legal obligations. And those legal obligations include Social Security and Medicare benefits, military salaries, and interest on the national debt. So when you hear politicians fighting over the debt ceiling in Washington, what they are actually fighting over is whether the government has the legal ability to keep paying for things it already promised to pay, including your monthly benefit. Now here's what just happened, and this is the big update that is coming out right now. Congress passed and the president signed into law what is being called the One Big Beautiful Bill. This law raises the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, and I want to be very clear about something because this confuses a lot of people. Raising the debt ceiling does not mean the government is going out to spend new money. Raising the debt limit simply allows the government to pay for things Congress already approved. If the limit is not raised, the government could run out of money and miss payments, which experts warn could seriously harm both the U.S. and the global economy. So the good news here for right now is that a default has been avoided. The government has the legal authority to keep paying its bills, which includes your Social Security payment. But here is where the conversation gets more complicated, and I want you to stay with me because this part is very important. The same law that raised the debt ceiling also made some changes that experts are now saying could put Social Security's long-term finances under more pressure. According to a report by the Nonpartisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, the One Big Beautiful Bill could accelerate the depletion of the Social Security Trust Fund to 2032 and potentially increase the size of the required benefit cuts. Now, before you panic, let me explain what that means in plain English, because the headlines on this can be really scary, and most of them leave out the most important part. Social Security does not disappear if the trust fund runs low. It does not just shut off one day. What depletion means is that incoming payroll tax revenue alone would only cover a portion of promised benefits. Under the current projection, the trust fund at depletion would cover about 77% of scheduled benefits, which would mean an automatic across-the-board cut of about 23%. And just last week, the Congressional Budget Office, which is one of the most trusted nonpartisan budget offices in the country, updated their numbers. The Congressional Budget Office now expects the Social Security Trust Fund to run out of money in 2032, which is 1 year earlier than what the 2025 Social Security Trustees report found. The shift is due to inflation and higher projected cost of living adjustments drawing down the fund faster than expected. And here is the number that has a lot of people worried. An illustrative scenario from the Congressional Budget Office finds that benefits paid to beneficiaries would be cut by 7% in 2032 and by an average of 28% per year from 2033 to 2036 if Congress does not act. For someone currently receiving around $2,000 a month, that kind of cut could reduce their check to approximately $1,440 a month. That is a real number. That is $560 a month gone. For someone on a fixed income, that is groceries, that is prescriptions, that is utilities. I am going to keep you updated on this. I want you to know that I am watching these numbers closely, and I will bring you every major development right here. But now let me give you the full picture, because there is also some information coming out about what this new law actually does for seniors right now, today. Because even though this law raises concerns about the long-term health of Social Security, it also includes something that could help some of you with your taxes starting this year. The law provides an additional $6,000 deduction per Social Security beneficiary or $12,000 per married couple for seniors aged 65 and older with income below $75,000 for single filers or $150,000 for married couples filing jointly. This applies for tax years 2026 through 2028. The White House Council of Economic Advisors estimates that under the new law, 88% of older adults receiving Social Security benefits will pay no taxes on them. Now, I want to be honest with you because that is always my commitment on this channel. This tax deduction is helpful for some people in the short term, but independent analysts are pointing out a trade-off that you need to understand. Because this reduces the amount of tax revenue flowing into the Social Security Trust Fund, it actually contributes to the accelerated depletion timeline. While it offers immediate tax relief to some seniors, it also creates a trade-off by weakening the long-term financial health of the trust funds. The new senior deduction is projected to cost about $90.8 billion over 4 years, and it is also a temporary measure set to expire in 2028, which creates some uncertainty for seniors trying to plan ahead. So the question a lot of people are asking right now is, what does all of this actually mean for my check? Is my payment safe? Here's the honest answer as of today, May 2026. Your Social Security payment is not in immediate danger of stopping. The debt ceiling has been raised. The government can pay its bills. The 2.8% cost of living adjustment that began in January 2026 is in place for the nearly 71 million Social Security beneficiaries currently receiving benefits. Payments are going out. The system is still running. And the crisis that some of you have been worried about, where checks just stop arriving, that is not happening right now. But here is what is real. The long-term picture is getting harder to ignore. Baby boomers are turning 65 at a rate of 10,000 people per day. More people are drawing benefits. The workforce paying into Social Security is not growing at the same rate. That math creates pressure on the system over time. And the window for Congress to fix this without causing pain is getting smaller every year they wait. In the early 1980s, Social Security was just months away from running out of money before Congress stepped in and made changes. There is still time to fix Social Security, but the window is closing. Experts say restoring balance to the program will require some combination of higher revenues, slower benefit growth, or reduced initial benefit generosity for future recipients, and none of those options are painless. Which is exactly why this is such a politically difficult conversation. Every fix costs somebody something. And that is why Congress keeps kicking the can down the road, but the can is getting heavier and the road is getting shorter. Now, here is something I want you to understand, and I want you to hold on to this because I see a lot of misinformation circulating about Social Security right now. Social Security will not disappear. Even if the trust fund were fully depleted with zero action from Congress, the program would still pay out roughly 3/4 of what was promised because payroll taxes keep flowing in every single week from American workers. The nightmare scenario that some people are describing online where checks just stop completely, that is not how the law works. What is more likely is that Congress, facing enormous political pressure from tens of millions of voters who rely on these benefits, will act before that happens. They have done it before, and most analysts expect they will do it again. But I will be honest with you. There is no guarantee of exactly when they will act or what the fix will look like or who will feel the effects of whatever changes get made. So what can you do right now? I want to give you something practical to walk away with today. First, make sure you are signed up for your My Social Security account online at ssa.gov. That is the official website. From that account, you can see your current benefit amount, your payment dates, and any notices that the SSA sends you. It is free and it is official. Second, if your income is under $75,000 as a single filer or $150,000 as a married couple, talk to a tax professional about the new $6,000 senior deduction that is available this year. You have to actually claim it on your taxes. It does not happen automatically, so make sure you know about it. Third, if you are receiving SSI or SSDI in addition to Social Security, your benefits are tied to slightly different rules, but the same big picture applies. The debt ceiling situation right now is stabilized, but the long-term trust fund conversation is one you should be following closely. I will keep watching all of this, and I will bring you every update right here as soon as it comes out. Because that is exactly why this channel exists, to take the complicated stuff coming out of Washington and break it down in a way that actually makes sense for real people who are living on a fixed income and counting on these payments to get through the month. Let me recap what we covered today so you have a clear picture. The debt ceiling has been raised by $5 trillion through the One Big Beautiful Bill. That means no immediate default and no immediate threat to your Social Security payment. The same law includes a new $6,000 tax deduction for seniors 65 and older under the income limits. That is available right now for tax years 2026 through 2028. However, the Congressional Budget Office has now moved up the projected date for the Social Security Trust Fund to run short. The new estimate is 2032. If Congress takes no action before then, benefits could be cut by 7% in 2032 and by an average of 28% in the years that follow. That is not happening today, but it is a real timeline that is getting closer and Congress needs to act. Your payments are still going out. The 2.8% COLA for 2026 is still in effect. The system is not broken today, but the warning signs are real, and staying informed is the most important thing you can do right now. So if you found this helpful, please share it with someone you know who is on Social Security, SSDI, or SSI. They need to hear this too. Hit the like button if this video helped you understand what is going on, and subscribe if you have not already so that when the next update breaks, you are already here. I am watching Washington. I am watching the numbers, and I will keep you updated every single step of the way. This is your money. This is your retirement. You deserve to know exactly what is happening, and I will be right back here with more. Do not go anywhere.